Good morning and welcome to another day in Thailand. I am outside in the front lobby of my $22 a night hotel room I stayed in last night. And today is going to be a short riding day. I just want to relax and see some more of the culture. I've been riding pretty hard, taking a really rad road called the Mae Hong Son Loop, I believe is how you say it. It's supposed to be one of the best rides in all of Thailand, and I can see why. It's like a huge go-kart track, and it is blowing my mind every turn along the way. They have a little coffee here in the morning set up for you where you can help yourself. They've got some bananas and some peanuts I got for 50 baht, which is like just over $1. This is where I parked my bike overnight, right here outside the hotel, right on the main strip through town. I did have some laundry done last night. I just dropped it off at the local laundromat 3 doors up from the hotel. They're doing it for me, and they told me I could pick it up this morning at 10 a.m. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Yes. 280 baht? Okay. Okay, got my laundry. 280 baht, that's like just under $10 for a full laundry service. Now, many people do ask me how I pack so light for such a long trip. This is like a month or 2 months. I really don't have a route or a plan. I'm just drifting. Every day, I just go wherever the wind takes me. I look something up online and I just head there. Or sometimes I just talk to somebody. But to answer the question, my packing all starts with this bag right here. This is my Sandoval bag by Ciro 3D, and it's expandable. So it can go really big or really small. I fit my laptop in there, well, because it's super dry, right? This is an actual dry bag. It won't let any water get in it. And then as you just saw, I pack pretty light. Like this is 90% of my clothes. I got a swimsuit that's not in here, and I think an extra pair of underwear, but this is most of my clothes right here. I pack about 5 or 6 days worth of clothes, and then I just do laundry once a week. Along with that bag, I keep one other little small bag, and of course I have all my electronics. Cameras, battery chargers, drone. These 2 little things carry all my cables and my accessories. 1 pair of hiking shoes and 1 pair of riding boots, and that pretty much sums up my pack for a 30 to 60 day trip. Actually, I do have a flannel and a jacket that just go underneath this easy access flap. So I can get that in and out of the bag, even while the bag's still strapped to the bike. Honestly, it's one of the most important features of that luggage because nobody likes to unstrap their bag every time they need to pull out a different layer or change, especially when you're going up in mountains and down where the temperature can have very wide swings. Just like that, we are all loaded up and getting ready for the road. I can tell you this much, I really enjoy not having any idea where I'm going. This is a new kind of travel for me. Often I have a very strict schedule because I'm doing fundraising events and things like that, where this is just about traveling and sharing the adventure with you. So I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. I'm just gonna get out and start riding. We're just winding round and round through all this really thick, heavy, broad-leafed vegetation. I don't know what kind of trees those are, but man, it's so beautiful. I feel like I'm on another planet, you know? It's just non-stop, just back and forth, winding around like this. And it's just so lush, so green. Man, twisting and winding up this mountain. These curves are so tight. I love the way that they mark the roads too. You see, it's completely marked out when these curves are happening this tight. It's just one turn after another. This road winds and twists through the jungles and the mountains. It's such a unique experience. And the road conditions, as you can see, are actually really good. It allows you to really lean in and enjoy the road. I haven't found much debris in the road at all throughout this entire trip. A couple potholes here and there, but for the most part, road conditions in Thailand, at least this part of Thailand, really good. All right, took a stop here. Found this little coffee shop and restaurant here, see if I can't get a snack. And just enjoy this beautiful view. All these little homes, these little properties, all of them farming something down there. I wish I knew more about what they were farming out here. And I don't see a lot of tractors either. This is some beautiful country. Temperatures are mild or warm, but not like scorching. I think if I was in Thailand, this would be the area that I'd like to be in. Pressing the coffee, cooking in the back there, and look at this beautiful view. Thank you. What a beautiful place to stop and have a meal. So this is how you sit. They've just got these little cushions down on the ground, and you sit here and you enjoy this epic view. One thing I'm noticing is real popular here is to mix things with the coffee. So this is a passion fruit coffee. I've never tried it before. See, it looks like the passion fruit's there in the bottom. Let's mix it up. It's pretty dang good. All right. Looks like we're rolling into another major city here. I love this. Absolutely love it. What do we got here? There's a river? A creek, I would say. It's so cool how these villages are just set down in the valleys with all these mountains all alongside them and farming on either side of the water. And then the cities are all built kind of into the hillside. Really neat coming out of a mountain down into a city like this. Or building. I don't know if that's a temple or a building. But it's elaborate. The roof. Roofs on top of roofs. So I have no idea where I am. Like I said today, I've got no direction. I'm just riding whichever way the wind blows, whichever way the road takes me. And I just passed this temple up here and I figured I'd turn around. It looked like there was a little bit of a city down here. I'm gonna roll in there and see what it looks like. And I'm taking you along with me. Here we go. Food smells good. I already ate. I don't think this could beat the view I had. Lots of clothes, lots of shopping. I think we'll pull over up here to see exactly what city we're in. There's a lot. Oh, there's the market. This looks like a pretty neat little town. Well, we definitely found the main street, that's for sure. And here's another entranceway over the road. I love how all the different cities have a completely different design. They all kind of do the same thing right over the main road. I just like exploring. I like exploring these different towns. Just riding around, seeing what's what. I think we might find a spot here to just hang out for a little while. Look at these grills. Ooh. Yeah. That looks good. It looks real good. I just couldn't help myself. I had to try some of that meat after seeing it. I got a little bit of sausage and whatever this is, I have no idea. I thought I was gonna come here and lose weight. I may gain weight, although better to be eating all over Thailand than drinking all over Thailand, in my opinion. Some people come here and all they do is party and drink and act like you can act right in America and Las Vegas for that matter. I just wanted to come here and experience a different, oh, thank you. Thank you. Experience the culture and look at what kind of sauce is that? I don't know, but they're all just so delicious. And this is an experience I can't get in Vegas. So I'm gonna eat again. At least it's cheap. Okay, they're both really good. The sausage is kind of super flavorful. Soft on the inside, nice hard casing on the outside. Really soft, almost like a boudin or boudin, however you say it, in in Louisiana. This is extremely fatty, which in my opinion means flavor. I don't care. Some people hate the fat. To me, the fat and the bones where all the flavor is at. So I have no idea what kind of meat this is, but I got a feeling it's going to taste good. Yeah, it's almost, it's sweet. Okay, y'all were shocked with yesterday's value deal at $22 a night. So tonight I decided to try to beat it. I found a place right downtown for $18 a night. Let's go take a look inside. This is what you get. Now don't expect too much. That is pretty inexpensive. But still, I mean, the room is clean. It's quaint. Got 2 beds. Little place to do my work here, set my gear. A mini fridge, a television. And this is the part that is a little bit different, but you find in a lot of Thai places, or at least a couple of Thai places I've been in now. The sink, the toilet, and the shower all in one room with one drain. It's basically a shower with a toilet and a sink in it. And of course it even comes with a bum gun, which honestly, I've never really had be a real thing before. Now that I've been a few days in Thailand, I've experienced a few bum guns, and I gotta admit, they work pretty dang good. Anyhow, it is a place to crash my head for the night. I'm gonna walk around and check out the town. I got here early enough. We only did like an hour and a half ride today, so it wasn't a lot of riding. It was much more eating, but I just wanted to spend a day. I wrote a little extra long yesterday, so I wanted to spend a little day just kind of exploring and walking around. So I'm gonna go out and explore the town. I wanna tell you all that I am absolutely loving Asia, especially, well, Thailand. It's, the people here, everybody's just so friendly, and like, I haven't seen any police the whole time I've been here. The crime appears to be pretty much non-existent, maybe a little petty theft. It feels just really safe and peaceful and friendly. The streets are clean. I don't know if you noticed through the videos, but the streets are clean for the most part. And they got all these cool little villages tucked down in the mountains, and little shops and little markets on top of the mountains. And I don't know. I really like this part of Thailand. I'm gonna head south, I think, fast. I'm gonna go south. I'm gonna go down to the beaches. But I just feel like these mountains are gonna be my favorite part. So I probably will go to the beaches and end up coming back up and exploring more of these mountains. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've got no plans. I'm just drifting day by day. And I stopped and found a cool town and decided to spend the night. We'll check in with you tomorrow and see where we go. We'll probably put down a few more miles and see a few more things.